Today I fucked up by getting my wife kicked out of hobby store. Today I fucked up by embarrassing my wife. Short one. Today on my way from home I called my wife to plan for the weekend. She answered and we had normal talk as usual. Then I said, "Hey, when I get home tonight can I eat your cat?" Then she said, my full name including middle name. I am on speaker. Then I hear a lady in the background seemingly upset say, "Ma'am, that was very inappropriate, I need to ask you to leave." Then my wife hangs up. A few seconds later she calls me back. I answer, "Hey love bug magug." Her. Deep uncontrolled mouth breathing, literal hissing like you're holding the S sound for an entire breath. Me. "Hello? Bub, are you there?" Her. Yelling. "Yes, my full name including middle. Where the F do you think I am? Because I certainly am. Not," while going extra loud for emphasis, "at Hoobly Loobly. You know, the store you just got me kicked out of." Me. "Oh, so where are you?" Her. Less a yell and more a pissed off wife that stepped on a Lego after telling her kids and or husband to pick up said Lego 9 times already. "Oh, I'm heading home, and absolutely not. You may not eat my cat. You'll be lucky to even see my cat for AF month." Me. "Oh, did they really kick you out and are you really embarrassed?" Her. Angrier than before, but it's cold. "I'm going to make you Jimmy Hoffa when I get home" voice. "Yes dear, they did, and yes dear I am." She got home and gave me the look. Then stomped into the kitchen, pulled out the junk drawer, then lifted and removed a wooden plate, then stuck her arm in the drawer elbow deep and pulled out a Snickers bar. Me. "What the F? We have Snickers?" Her. "No. Have Snickers, besides your blood sugar." She then headed over to the study and pulled out her Nook. All while mumbling aggressively under her breath, "She's letting me sleep in the same bed and not the couch, but it's an awkward butt-to-butt situation. Wish me luck folks, I see dark things in my near future." TLR. Today I said something sexual to my wife and didn't know she had me on speaker in a store. She got kicked out. No, today your wife effed up by being one of those people that takes calls on speakerphone. How were you to know she was broadcasting your side of the conversation? Speakerphone people wandering around stores deserve to be kicked out. She did this to herself. Your wife deserves to get kicked out for being one of those annoying as fuck people who use speakerphone in public. WTF, who takes a call on speakerphone in public? That's pretty rude by itself. Well done. You're a 15-year-old kid who made this up and convinced a bunch of idiots 2 adults actually talk like this. People who take calls in public on speaker deserve to get kicked out of stores. Just sayin'. So, this is a Snickers ad? They're really getting creative. When answering on speaker, it is a mandatory intro statement, "Hi, I'm on speaker. What's going on? And don't ask about my cat." Today I fucked up by ignoring my wife's sage financial advice. This today I fucked up technically started 3 weeks ago, but I didn't realize and it came to fruition earlier today. On phone, so apologies for any formatting issues. English is my native language, so any issues on that front are on me. Alt account because I'm embarrassed and I don't want my wife knowing. But she read it and will probably catch on regardless. So I like to dabble in crypto even though I don't fully understand everything about it. But generally I do pretty well for myself. I don't win them all, but I'm up about 300% on the full sum of my investments so far. My wife also dabbles, but she goes with her heart not her head, so I like to think I know how to pick projects better than her. This is where the F up begins. I like to invest in solid projects where I can understand the use case for the crypto itself, like Cardano, Chainlink or Ripple. These are generally large cap projects that have big followings and clearly defined aims and uses. So much of crypto is just a Ponzi pyramid scheme or scammers trying to get what they can from unsuspecting people. My wife has, well, let's just call it more adventurous tastes than me. She'll go into the next big thing and more often than not she'll lose most or even all of her investments. She lost $300 to that recent Squid Game crypto scam, for example. 3 weeks ago she tells me about this new crypto she's heard about, Doge Bonk. Tells me she doesn't have any spare funds at the minute, but I should invest in it. I tell her I'll look into, and if it looks like it's a good project I'll put $500 into it. I know about Doge, which is just a coin about a Japanese dog that started as a joke, but people just invested in it for the joke of it. From what I could tell, this Doge Bonk coin is just about hitting, or bonking, other dog meme coins like Doge and Sheeb. Basically it didn't take long for me to consider it a hard pass. I didn't think anything more about it until my wife tells me today she saw a post on the front page of Reddit in Awful Everything about Doge Bonk having a billboard in NY, and she excitedly asks me how much we have made on it. I look at her blankly, honestly not even remembering what she was talking about. She shows me the picture of the dog with the bat and I finally remember. The gravity of the situation hasn't sunk in yet, and with it being on Awful Everything I smugly tell her, I saved us from losing $500 love. That coin was trash. She looks disappointed and asks me to check the charts. At this point, neither of us actually knew how it has been doing. I quickly bring up the chart on PooCoin, which should tell you all you need to know about it, and it initially looks like chart is buggy. After a short while, the realization hits me before it hits my wife. She has me check her charts for her most the time. She asks me how it looks and I just want to curl up and disappear. This thing has gone gangbusters, and if I had invested my $500 when she said to, we'd be at about $35,000 now. I can't even. When I tell my wife this, she just had a look of resigned disappointment on her face. Like she realized she could have had better but just settled for the first option. She tells me that she can't even and just leaves the room. We're planning for a baby and that extra money would have been very helpful. It's been 4 hours and she hasn't spoken a word to me since. I looked into it more, and while it goes against my crypto ethics, apparently it still might blow up, so I've finally put that $500 in. Maybe if it does keep going up I'll get my wife's respect back, but I don't fancy my chances. Too long did not read. My wife recommended a crypto. I dismissed it. It mooned and ended up on the front page of Reddit, and now my wife is evaluating her life choices. I look forward to your next TIFU, after you lose that $500. If you both are going to let micro-investing hurt your relationship, find a new hobby. We're planning for a baby and this money really could have helped. If that's true and you both don't actually have the money you're tossing around for fun here, meaning you need it for something else, then grow up and stop investing, especially just on whims. Just based on the kid thing I mentioned, perhaps you and her should have that discussion again. Because neither of you seem responsible enough for a child. If anything, you sound like gambling addicts. You both are basically gambling. You should both understand that what happened here was that your wife told you to put $500 on black and you went to play blackjack instead. Then the wheel happened to hit on black. You can feel bad about it, but it's not a fuck up. While hindsight can be a hell of a thing, this is the equivalent of, I told you that slot machine was going to pay out, we could have won big. Crypto right now is a gambling environment. Treat it as such, with the healthy realization there should always be a line you don't cross. Obviously some cryptos have legitimate future impacting features and plans. But for now, while the price is simply dictated based on who's selling and buying, don't ever think of this as an investment like stocks. This is gambling, with extra steps. This post feels like someone trying to pump a weird crypto they bought into with an elaborate success story. I have only one thing to say. Bonk. Yes, welcome to Ponzi schemes. They go up, and then down. On average, they go down. Doesn't mean it's smart to invest in one. Although considering it's crypto, it's not a completely terrible idea to gamble small amounts of money with the understanding you probably won't get it back, but you could also win big. Think of it as a lottery ticket with better odds, not an investment. How many other similar projects that you also would have gambled in if you'd gambled in Doge Bonk went straight to $0? Crypto is just like betting on penny stocks. You win? Great. You lose? It's gonna happen.